Well, the spread of the flu is rapidly rising in our province, and health officials in other areas say this strain is stronger and more dangerous than in previous years. CTV National News reporter Colton Praill joins us live from Ottawa this morning, where 3 children have died in Ontario flu-related complications. So, Colton, what are health officials saying here?
Yeah, all of those just in the last 2 weeks here in the Ottawa area. There is a warning from health officials here in the city as well as in Eastern Ontario. The severity of this flu strain, and it is taking place all across the country. These deaths aren't just limited to Ottawa, but what you're seeing here is the very young, between 5 and 9 primarily, but also 2 to 4, and the very old being really impacted by deaths, especially related to flu-caused complications. Now, in the case of these 3 deaths, coroners are still looking at them, so we don't know, for example, the vaccination status of the children. We don't know if there were underlying health conditions that would add to those complications. All of that's still being investigated, but it doesn't change the warning from health officials about the severity here at play, about the need to get vaccinated to prevent the most severe results and complications that the flu can cause. They're also warning that this is likely to get worse before it gets better. The peak of flu season is typically around the holidays. We've already seen quite an early start to the severity of this flu season. If you take, for example, the numbers from CHEO, that's the Children's Hospital here in Ottawa and Eastern Ontario, already this year they've had 300 positive cases of flu. For context, last year by this time it was 11. You know, we are seeing 3,000 hospitalizations across the country, dozens of deaths as a result of this flu. And so the warning from health officials around the country, but especially here in Eastern Ontario at the moment, is that this is very serious and that there is still time to take preventative action, whether that's staying home if you're sick or whether it's getting vaccinated before those Christmas and holiday gatherings. They say it's important to do so in order to protect yourself and your loved ones.
Now, the strain also impacting in Saskatchewan. What do we know there?
Yeah, this is something, and for the record, Alberta as well. I mean, this is, when it comes to test positivity here in Ottawa, we're talking about a 36% positivity rate, but around the country, you're looking at a national average of 20%. It is higher in Alberta, it is higher in Saskatchewan, it's higher in Ontario. Those are the 3 areas hardest hit, and really, when you look at Alberta, it's almost the entire province. In Saskatchewan, we've seen one First Nation, Beardies and Okamasas, it's just south of Prince Albert, actually cancel all their community gatherings over the holiday season. There, they saw a number of hospitalizations. We also saw an older woman die as a result of flu complications there, and so those gatherings have all been canceled until further notice, basically waiting out the peak of this flu season. And so this isn't something that's limited to one area of the country. It's not something you're just seeing, you know, in southern portions of the province, for example. It really is taking place all across the prairies, all across Ontario, and it is having very severe impacts on communities.
Colton Praill reporting live in Ottawa for us this morning. Colton, as always, pleasure talking to you.
Anytime.